Hi there, Minnie. It's great to meet you. I'm Dave from HeyUGuys.co.uk. I love the film. Thank you very much. How did you first get connected to the project?
How did I get connected? I just got sent the script and read it and loved it, and it was that simple, actually.
Cool.
And in the movie you have to speak with a Welsh accent. Is that something that you relished the opportunity to try and do, or was it something that you were worried about?
Well, I've had to do an accent in pretty much everything I've ever done, bar a couple of things. So I really enjoy it and love it. So it's not ever seen as a problem. It's just a good bit of work you've got to do.
Cool. And how did you do that? How did you learn the Welsh accent?
I had a dialect coach. I had an amazing dialect coach who taught me sound for sound how to do it. And, you know, I owe him a great debt of gratitude.
Did you get to learn some Welsh with it as well, or was it all just the accent?
No, it was all just the accent. I mean, I listened to a lot of people speaking Welsh in Wales, but I never really learnt any.
Cool. The cast's fantastic. Such a great young cast that have got a great future. What was it like working with them?
They're amazing. I mean, they really are. They're just such lovely people, and they're so talented, all of them. Clever and funny and natural and all the things that I think a great actor requires.
It looked like you had an awful lot of fun filming the movie. Are there some scenes in particular that you loved more than any other?
I think all the music scenes. I think it's funny because the ending, there was a different song at the very end of the film, but it ended up being a bit too sad to have. But the night that we shot that, and it was a song that Aneurin sang by himself, and it was, was it a Pink Floyd song? Or was it a Who song? And it was just one of those magical nights where it was actually warm and we were out all night, and Aneurin his voice is so extraordinary. And you really know when you're making something special. You know, it's a very good feeling.
Yeah. What was it like pretending that the weather was boiling hot? Because obviously this is set in 1976 of a really hot heat wave. Was it strange for you having to pretend to be sort of in a hot atmosphere?
No, it's not strange. It's bloody cold. You know, it's really hard. It's really and listen, much harder for those kids having to jump into that Lido. I mean, it was freezing, and they did such a good job of making it look that it was balmy and great, but. There were a few very chilly afternoons, and it's a great testament to our cinematographer to make it look that sort of yellowy heat, you know.
Yeah, no, it did look fantastic.
Yeah, it did. It looked amazing, but yeah, it wasn't warm.
Did you have a teacher like Vivian yourself when you were at school?
I think she was an amalgam of like a lot of amazing. I had some really amazing teachers, and she was pieces of all of them. That great, not afraid to say anything. Loving what they do.
The songs, like we say, are really great in the movie, and they work really well. Was it fun to learn them and playing with this massive orchestra that you had just full of children? Yeah,
I mean, the fact that the kids play everything. I love it. I loved the beginning of the Bowie song when they're all playing jam jars full of water. You know, it's so inventive. It's so, was so great. I loved it. I loved conducting them. I loved the musical part of it.
Did you get to do any plays when you were at school?
Yeah, I did. I did lots of plays, lots and lots and lots of different things. I was always doing something.
Were you always a main character, or were you sort of? No, I was always a star in the background, you know, just with a sort of standing there.
I was never really. I really was never. I sometimes had like really good, funny little bits to do, but I was never like the proper star of anything.
Yeah.
But I really did love it.
That's great. This movie is obviously smaller than some of the things that you've done before. Do you enjoy doing these big budget films more than the smaller ones, or do you like doing a bit of a mix of the both?
You know, all you really want to do is good work, honestly. Like, I don't care. I mean, yeah, the food's better on a $150 million film, I imagine. Not that I've made one. Although Wait Hard Rain might have been like that. No, you just want to do good stuff, don't you? Yeah. That's all that matters.
Cool. And what have you got next coming up? What's next for you?
I'm just making a record at the moment and just figuring out what pilot I'm going to shoot in the States for a new TV show. But other than that, I don't know.
Fantastic. Well, I look forward to whatever that is. And thank you so much for this movie. I really did love it.
I'm glad. Good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks,